Hello, students. How are you? Hope you are fine and you are watching and listening my uh, audios and videos, which is also available on my YouTube channel. The another chapter is related with the entrepreneurial intentions and the corporate entrepreneurship. Uh, as you're seeing on the screen, the intention to act entrepreneurially, entrepreneurial intentions is the motivational factors that influence individuals to pursue entrepreneurial outcomes. Intention is stronger when an action is perceived to be feasible and desirable. Entrepreneurial self efficacy, conviction that one can successfully execute the entrepreneurial process. Perceived desirability, the degree to which uh, an individual has a favorable or unfavorable evaluation of the potential outcomes. So the things is when we discuss the entrepreneurship, so the first I would like to explain what does the mean of the intention. Here we are using the word entrepreneurial intentions. Intentions in journal, we can say that the intent, we can say that the purpose, we can say that the goal, aim, object, objective. So these are the words which is related with intention. It is my intention to take a vacation next month. For example, we can say that entrepreneurial action is most often intentional. He intend to pursue certain opportunities to enter into a new market and offer new products. So this is the kind of the we can say that the related with the entrepreneurial intentions. The another thing is, as explained in the definition, motivational factors, as already I defined and I literally explained you. The intention is stronger when action is perceived. So, and this is also be possible when you explain it. Feasible means that possible thing, and desirable that what you want. So these with the intention, the other thing is related is the feasible and the desirable. So feasible and desirable aspect is also very much concernable. Then feasible entrepreneurial is a self-efficacy, conviction that one can successfully execute the entrepreneurial process. The desirable perceived is the degree to which an individual has a positive or favorable or unfavorable evaluation of the possible outcomes. The next stage when we move on is the entrepreneurship background and characteristics, the education. Education provides a background about starting a business, helps in the development of communication skills and problem solving skills, provides individuals with a larger opportunity set, does not determine whether an entrepreneur will create a new business to exploit the discovered opportunity. Age is another factor. Most entrepreneurs initiate their entrepreneurial careers between the ages of 22 and 45. Individuals are more inclined to start an entrepreneurial career at milestones ages every 5 years, and these are the ages. The why we are using the education in education, if we are the related the education, so the education is more concerned are more related with it doesn't mean that an entrepreneur can learn a degree program where he and she can be the expert. It's not the only a factor. There are so many other factors. Your intentions, as we explained, your own individual goals, your own passion. These are also the added things which is related with the entrepreneur. But what the background can help you, what the basics characteristics can help you is linked with the, we can say that it's linked with the uh, for example, a person who want to start an IT firm. So with the background of the IT, with the background or the knowledge of the IT, he and she can flourish, and he can and she can exploit more opportunity and to find out new business opportunities in this context. So education can help an individual in these manners, in these aspects. We can say that age is not a big matter, but this is a different journal phenomena. People have different age, and if you can see the age of the Elon Musk, and you can see the age of the Steve Jobs, and the others, the major and the famous entrepreneur, or the owner of the Facebook. So there's so many others entrepreneur, you can say that. So you check out the age, and in the early age, as mentioned in the 22, this is the best age for the entrepreneurial aspects. Entrepreneur background and characteristics, work history matters a lot. The decision to launch a new venture can be influenced by dissatisfaction with one's job, previous technical and industry experience, managerial skills, and entrepreneurial experiences are also important once the venture starts growing. The previous startup experience is relatively good predictor of starting subsequent businesses. Role models also play a very important factors. Your parents can be your role model. Family members or other successful entrepreneur are viewed as catalysts by the potential entrepreneur. Role models can serve in a supportive capacity as mentors by providing information, advice, and guidance. Entrepreneurs need to establish connections and networks in the venture for formation process. Role models and support system, moral support network is also very important for an entrepreneur. But in most of the cases, in most of the examples, if we see it, so the moral support is your own will, the moral support is your own passion, the moral support is your own intentions. So these are very important things. But in such cases, in some of the cases, your friends can support you, your family can encourage you, your relatives can support you, your relatives can has the strong moral support with you, particularly if they are also an entrepreneur. So these are the elements, these are the issues which we can highlight and which we can relate it with the examples of the related with the role models, our support system. So the professional support system is also very important. Professional support system is linked with with some organizations where the organization can provide you mentors, business associates can provide you the protection. For example, there is international communities. It's like the European Union. They are the trade associations. They have the support for their country entrepreneurs. So these are the things. These are the examples which we can relate it, which we can associate it with the different aspects. Trade associations, suppliers, personal affiliations. These are very important. So these are the entrepreneurial activity embedded in network of the interpersonal relationships. Minority entrepreneurs, there has been a significant growth in female self-employment, with women starting new ventures at a higher rate than men. The number of Asians, African American, Hispanic, and Native American majority owned firms, this growth is likely to be spurred by encouragement of entrepreneurship among minority groups, increase in the number of role models. Entrepreneurial intentions within the existing organizations, top management must create an environment that encourages employees to think and act entrepreneurially. Employees will realize that entrepreneurial action within the firm is both personally desirable and feasible. If you have any question, if you have any ambiguity, you can ask. So we can discuss. I can discuss with you in a detail. You can ask. You have my cell numbers. I already shared with you in my one of the video or in my link as well. So you can contact with me and you can ask whatever you can uh, relate it. Then the other thing is the moral support we can already discuss is minority. We already discuss is managerial versus entrepreneurial decision making is very important. Entrepreneurial management is distinct from the traditional management in terms of the strategic orientation, commitment to opportunity, commitment of resources, control of resources, management structure, reward philosophy, growth orientation, entrepreneurial culture. These are all very important aspects. These are all very important definitions and very important. The thing is, when we are talking about the strategic orientation, so for entrepreneurial management, you need to set some strategic aspects where you want to achieve it. As we are all know that why organization is setting strategy. Setting a strategy is basically to set a vision of the firm, to set the vision of the organization. I listened to one video um, or an interview where the person discussed in Pakistan, not people are thinking about, they are not registering their firms in Pakistan. There is not a concept of registering a firm. Uh, there is a lot of organization. There is a lot of firms in here in Pakistan. They start their business activity, but with a very with a certain period of time, if the firms rise up with the business, or they are profitable, so another organization or another company can copy the same model with the with the very with the very, you can say that only to change the name, name with respect to, they are adding a new thing is a new, for example, 7-Eleven. So the person who copied the 7-Eleven concept, so they add new 7-Eleven. And there's so many other things Israel, if you are seeing in the Peshawar, if you are seeing in Lahore, in so many other places, so people can, for example, a Multan Son Halwa. So there are everyone in Multan. Whenever you have time, whenever you visit Multan, so you will see it. Everyone claim it that this is a real Multan ka halwa. You can say that. So the consumers sometimes confused that which one is the real one. So the strategic, why I'm relating or why I'm quoting these example is the strategic orientation is when you have the proper strategy, so you set a proper vision for your firm as well. When you set a proper vision, so you can set at the beginning of your firm, you can set a proper patent for your organization. When you are patent are registering your logo or registering your name, so no one can copy you. If ever someone is copied you, if ever someone can copy your logo, if ever someone can copy your color scheme as well, or packaging, for example, you see that in Pakistan there's a lot of mineral waters available with the same bottle pattern and with the same technique which Nestle introduced. So a lot of mineral waters available in Pakistan is somehow copied the model of the Nestle. So here in Pakistan, as you know, that there is no privacy law and there is no privacy acts, and they have no enforcement. So these are the challenges. So for the strategic orientation, you have to set your vision, then with mission, then you can have a proper objectives, goals, and you can achieve all things with very clear directions. Then another thing is the causes for interest in corporate entrepreneurship, increasing interest in doing your own thing and doing it on one's terms. New search for meaning and impatience has caused more discontent in structured organizations. Organizations are encouraging corporate entrepreneurship that is stimulating and capitalizing uh, So, the a new search for meaning and impatience, and then organization encouraging corporate entrepreneurship, stimulating and capitalizing on employees who think that something can be done differently and better. Corporate entrepreneurship is most strongly reflected to the following endeavors: new business venturing, corporate venturing, the creation of a new business within an existing organization, innovativeness, product and service innovation with emphasis on development and innovation in technology, then self renewal, transforming through renewal of the key ideas on which an organization is built. Proactiveness includes initiative, risk taking, competitive aggressiveness, and boldness. So these are all the things which is related with your new ideas, which is related with your corporate entrepreneurial intentions, corporate mindset you can say, and as well as you can relate it with the corporate aspects. So when we're talking about corporate aspects, so we are relating it in terms of the word, in terms of the link, where you can talk about the professional activity, you can link up with the professional uh, work work you might say that. So these are all element which is the examples of the corporate entrepreneurship. You can say that interest in the entrepreneur within the established business, and due to the variety of the events occurring on a social, cultural, and business. So these might be the cause of the corporate entrepreneurship. If we relate it, so the corporate entrepreneur is basically entrepreneurial actions within an established organization. So already in established organization, when you uh, setup of the entrepreneurship is related with the corporate entrepreneurship. Then there are some of the characteristics of the entrepreneurial environment, and establishing corporate entrepreneurship in step one is secure a commitment to a corporate entrepreneurship in the organization by top, upper, and middle management level. Establish initial framework and embrace the concept. Identify, select, and train corporate entrepreneurship. Your minor assignment is to look out the corporate entrepreneur examples. Find out the examples of the corporate entrepreneurship and share it with me through my email ID. Through my email ID, sorry. My email ID is zunnoorain at cusit.edu.pk. So you can share the examples, so I can give you the score as well if you share it with me as well. Establishing corporate entrepreneurship in the organization. Step two, identify ideas and areas that top management is interested in supporting. Identify amount of risk money available to develop the concept. Establish overall program expectations and target results of each corporate venture. Establish mentor sponsor system. Use of technology to ensure organizational flexibility. Identify interested managers to train employees and share their experiences. Develop ways for the organization to get closer to its customers. Learn to be more productive with fewer resources. Establish a strong support structure for corporate entrepreneur, the rewards to the performance of the entrepreneurial unit. Implement an evaluation system that allows the successful entrepreneurial units to expand and unsuccessful ones to be eliminated. Problems and successful efforts. A study found that new ventures started within a corporations performed worse than those started independently by entrepreneur. The reason cited: corporations' difficulty in maintaining a long-term commitment, a lack of freedom to make autonomous decisions, a constrained environment. On average, independent startups becomes profitable twice as fast, end up twice as profitable. Companies that have adopted their own version of the implementation process to launch a new venture successfully, is the example of the 3M, Hewlett Packard, and IBM. You can also relate it some other example as well, as so we can discuss it further and we can explain it further. If you have any questions or you want to ask anything related with this course or this chapter, you can discuss it with me. I can relate some of the other things in the previous slide where we mentioned the philosophy. um, they compensate employees based on their contributions toward the discovery. So this is the philosophy of the management, growth orientation, and the entrepreneurial culture is also very important thing. Establishing a culture of the corporate entrepreneurship. How can the culture for corporate entrepreneurship be established in an organization, in establishing an entrepreneurial environment within established culture or organization is very important. So these are the very important aspects related with this chapter as well. So if you have any questions, once again I am telling you, you can ask so we can discuss it in a detailed as well. So thank you very much, students.